To all of my hustlers that grew up without a dad, everybody that grew up without a father, I want to have a conversation. And I think this is a conversation all of us fatherless kids need to talk about. Not having a dad did not make us a failure, and it also didn't really make us a success, right? You know, me, I remember, like, I literally talked to my dad, and then my dad blocked me, right? And I don't like saying stories and making people think that I'm looking for pity. I'm not, because if somebody has worse stories and worse pain than me, right? Everybody has different trauma. So as like an entrepreneur, or even as a regular person, I can only imagine how hard it feels to not have a dad and regret it, or not have a dad and hold it above or on your heart and like start trying to go on a revenge tour. And, you know, I used to think that that's what I had to do, until I realized that not having a dad is sort of kind of like an eye-opener, because it shows you how having different choices in life can impact other people. Prime example. In high school or even in middle school, you would see like people and their dads, especially if you did sports. Like, I was heavy in sports, so, you know, I go to AAU tournaments, I see people, dads, watching them and stuff, supporting them, coaching them, all of that. And I had a mom that, didn't, do much, but no disrespect to her, it's just whatever, right? So, I had situations where I'm like, dang, I wish my pop was here. Like, you know what I mean? Can my pop come train me and teach me how to play ball or whatever? But I think what I learned from not having a father is more about choices than it is about fatherhood. Because yes, I have children right now, and yes, I'm active in their lives. Even if it caused me pain, I'm going to make sure that I do my best to help them and mold them as best as I can into understanding they have choice. Just as much as I feel like not having a dad molded and changed my life and made me realize that I have a choice. And how interesting is this if I told you that I'm glad I didn't have a father? You'd probably be like, oh man, he's just saying it because he didn't have one. Now, I'm not saying I'm glad that I don't have a father or I didn't have a father, as far as saying like I'm glad I don't have a bond with a dad. No. What I'm saying is not having a dad showed me that choices are actually available. Like, you have a choice to not be a dad. Yes, you do. Now, a lot of us may be like, no, that's not a choice because you had the kid, you need to take care, but you still have a choice. You have a choice to not be a parent. You really have a choice. And you have to deal with the repercussions, right? You have to deal with child support or drama or your conscience. You got to deal with that, but you still have that choice to walk out of your child's life. I have that choice to walk out of my kid's life right now. I have that choice. Am I going to do it? No. But do I have that choice? Yes. I think that's why I became an entrepreneur. Because I realized that contrary to what people believe, I still have a choice to do things that people think is cemented already, right? Like when you have a kid with a woman, it's already known you're going to stay with that girl, or if you don't stay with that girl, you're going to have these kids in your life and you're going to take care of them like an honorable person. But some people don't do that. I just realized that life has no boundaries. Life has no boundaries. I can drive my car off the bridge. I can drive my car to Hawaii right now. Well, no, it's an island. I could drive my car to Arizona. Right? It's too many possibilities of me being able to do whatever I want. And it all started with me understanding that my dad had a choice to be my dad or not to. And he chose not to. And I couldn't understand as a kid that he had that option. Like, I just couldn't understand it. Like, bro, you have to be my dad. You know that, right? Now, while he is my dad, not really. I think a dad is actually an action more than just the title, but like, hey dad, or that's my dad. But I understand, like, a dad is a name and not really an action. But in my opinion, when I think of a dad, it's like it comes behind something. Like, you have to do something. Like, you can't just be a dad, right? But that's just my opinion, guys. But it's interesting because I think me not having that and seeing that that person had this crazy option that he took, you know, it taught me, hey, what if I don't want to have a job? Like, what if I took the way my dad abandoned me? What if I abandoned the way that people approach life on an everyday basis? Like, think about the person that created the first plane. Do you think that they thought that there was just boundaries in life? Like, to want to fly and then transport people while flying has to include you being absolutely insane and not thinking that there's boundaries in some aspect of life, right? So, like, that's the way I've always thought, and it's kind of worked out for me because I've started to realize that, okay, I'm going to be able to create some type of generational wealth, whether I die trying or see it succeeding while I'm living, right? So I would like everybody out there that doesn't have a dad or doesn't have that figure or feels lonely to, yes, feel lonely, feel that pain, feel sad, because it is sad. It's not fun, it's not okay, it does hurt. But also use it to realize that, like, bro, just like he had an option to not be in your life, you got an option to not let that affect you. You also have an option to go out and do what the hell you want to do. You actually have an option to go out and be who you want to be. Because, like, now you don't have a father trying to mold you to be like him. You don't have a father trying to mold you to carry his last name, right? Like, you're literally in a great position because you are starting a lineage of your own. And it could be whatever you want it to be. Isn't that beautiful? Like, being able to start and realizing that it's starting the way you want it to. Right? That's beautiful. Because some of us, we only feel like we have obligations if they are placed on us. We only feel like we have responsibilities that people expect of us. Like, I got a responsibility to take out the trash. I got a responsibility to brush my teeth. I got, like, these are all things that, you know, society has told us we have to do, and quite frankly, it's things that we need to do for our health. But what about other stuff? What about stuff that is just new? Like, what about the stuff that we could just start to do ourselves just out of pure curiosity to see what we're going to become? You guys can do that too. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. We just gotta put the work in, guys. I love you guys, man. Don't let nothing define you, and understand that you have a bunch of possibilities that you can make happen, and I'm sure you will. I love you guys. Peace.